What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. All right, guys, we're here. It's a Saturday, and we got some things to talk about. So a lot of you guys have been coming in and asking me a couple questions about FORES POS 20 for free to play. So I'm going to cover that, and we're going to cover Kasaka PoS 20 as well too for free to play. I just finished these two a couple days ago on live stream, so I'm going to go ahead and cover what I did, how I did it, who I used, etc. But before I do that, go click that support program, guys. We're at 5,519 supporters. Thank you so much for everybody. I want to give a big shout out to my top 10, obviously, NID 3164664, NID 2638263, Kokodai, Fat Ninja, Reynatus, ISU64, NID 7275903, Mega Cartel, Mega Control, NID 4870058, NID 7517852, plus many, many more here that I have. I have Bon here. I have a couple more NIDs, All-Star 1228, Lucy, a couple more NIDs, Nightmare, and let's just go to the next page. We've got a lot more NIDs, One Dark Glass 1, Jokers, more NIDs over here. If you see yourself, give yourself a pat on the back and thank you. Slam, aka Miles, T-Pro, a couple more NIDs over here. We have Forsaken, Master Mix, Travis, thank you again, Stony, Cosmic Wind, and we have many, many more. Genesis, Dan Burrito, Hizaki, Marty B, Blazer 44, Bad Rasta, Black Guy 500, more NIDs, Killer by Noob, Zion Z, more NIDs. Go to page 5. A couple more NIDs over here. Deadlit, D'Angelo, a couple more NIDs. Sharkress, McNasty, Dawn, more NIDs, Dark Vegeta 4242, Mugetsu, Mask of Comedy, more NIDs, and Malik. Now, if you guys don't know this already, I am hosting a top 100 supporter program on my Discord. Go join that. If you are in the top 100, you have a chance to win a $100 gift card, which is ending on the 15th of January. So if you are a top supporter, please take a picture of yourself supporting with your rank, put yourself on there, get yourself a Discord role, and have a chance to win $100. I've given away in the last year, guys, I've given away over $20,000 worth of prizes. Pretty crazy to think about that. So thank you to the community for obviously supporting that. Congratulations to those who won. More gifts along the way to come in the future. All right, so real quick, want to point that out. Now, let's go over one more thing. I had a date night last night with my wife. We went to the Final Fantasy Symphony. We had an amazing time. I got a chance to meet actually Nick, who is a supporter plus a subscriber, and I had a chance to actually chat with him and his wife, and we had an amazing time getting to know each other a little bit, finally in person. So I want to say a big shout out to him. So my wife recording us like a creeper. Thank you, baby, for doing that. If anybody ever wants to meet up and just like ever get to know me, I'll be in Orlando, Florida, April 8th to the 11th with my boys. We're having a boys trip. So if you are in Florida or happen to be there, hit me up on Discord, and I will definitely get to meet you guys in person. Would love to get to know the community more. I want to do some more meet and greets because you guys are amazing, and I want to give back and get to know you guys even more in person. And there's a picture of me and my beautiful wife on the street taking a taking a photo with my best friend and his girlfriend. You guys can see how white my beard is and how full it is. Well, I'm gonna try to I trimmed it down a little bit today. I'm actually gonna go ahead and try to dye it a little bit darker, and hopefully it looks much younger because I look old as fuck and she looks gorgeous. So I kind of feel weird standing around with her. And then there's a symphony. This is the beginning before the actual symphony started. One of the best musical experiences of my life. Completely enthralled with Final Fantasy 3, aka 6, Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 10. Some of the best renditions of the most famous OSTs for those games. I highly recommend it, guys. Go check it out. Now, let's go into the actual portion of the gameplay for FORES POS 20 and Kasaka PoS 20. Alright, guys, now to the actual gameplay portion of the video. So we are going to cover how to beat FORES 20 and how to beat Kasaka PoS 20. You guys can see this is my free-to-play account, only paying YT, level 99. Okay, and in terms of these two, I've been getting a lot of questions on how I did it. So I'm going to show you guys how I did it, and we'll kind of go over the live stream and talk about some of the tips and tricks on how to do this. You guys can see Kasaka is completed, FORES is completed right there, right? Both badges. So for FORES specifically, I used the following team. I used Thomas, I used Gunhee, and I used Wu, and I'll show you guys the tips and tricks on how to get that done. Wu actually did have his weapon on at the time. Actually, I think I might have had someone else's weapon on him. I think it might have been Charlotte's weapon, but I'll show you guys the setup that I did. In terms of the actual gear, artifact set was blessing set for Wu, specifically because I just want to buff my units with more damage dealt whenever he did a QTE or came in, and he's there specifically to stop the shield from happening. But that's the only real thing he's there for. Everything else doesn't matter. Stats don't matter on him. It's just the blessing and the one-time stop. Okay, for Thomas though, on the other hand, it does matter. I've got myself the four-piece curse, four-piece Outstanding Ability, aka Obsidian set. And then I've got for Thomas AP's Greed. Okay, so this is the setup. The stats for both of these guys are as follows here. This is again is my free-to-play account. So 50% crit. We got 200 crit damage, 10% defense pen, 5% damage increase. These two need to go up, but that's fine for now. And then we have ourselves 29k-ish defense. For Gun He, we have the following stats here. 50%, 197, 27k, close to 28k. We have 9.37, and then 15.52. And you guys can see for Wu, it's pretty much like mediocre stats for the most part, but he has damage increase in defense pen, but everything else defense wise is really, really small. I just gave him whatever I had just to boot his combat power, specifically for whatever sets I had available for Blessing at the moment. Okay, so that's the setup for FORES. And then for what's his name, for the Snake, we did, I believe I did AP's Curse, but I'll show you guys what I had going there. I'm pretty sure for, actually no, for Charlotte, I had a 4-piece Curse, 4-piece Warmonger, so it'll look kind of like this actually. So let me just show you guys real quick. It went like this. There we go, additional defense, and this is the setup. So so you guys saw Gun He setup. This is Charlotte's setup. She's A5. She's got her weapon, and then for stats we have 50%, 198, 24.44% for damage increase, 5.81, and then she had 24 to close to 25k defense. Okay, so let me show you guys both gameplays. You guys can check it out, and then you guys can see what I did to get it done. It's all the live stream, but I will show you guys the actual runs themselves and kind of break it down for you guys and show you guys the tips and tricks that I did to get both of these done. All right, I'll be right back. Alright guys, here we go. So this is the FORES fight. You guys can see the setup here. I've got Gun He, Thomas, and Wu. So I thought I was using someone else's weapon for Wu. I probably could have used Charlotte's weapon, probably done it faster. But here you guys go. I'm using the A1 version of his weapon. I've got Igris, Beru, and Serbi for punishment and combustion. You guys keep in mind my Serbi is not general, so it actually does work. And here's the actual trick to this fight. It's a very simple one. You go in with Wu, you dash, and you get yourself your core up. Okay, so your core attack up. But while FORES is casting this, okay, you go in there and you give him a quick core attack. You guys can see he's no longer doing his shield because he's stunned. That's the trick to this. Okay, summon all your shadows in there, get your combustion and your punishment in with Beru. There you guys see on top, I've got the light damage, the combustion, and the punishment. And the next goal is simply just break him as quick as you possibly can. So that is going to be your #1 goal. Just break him quickly, and then from there, let Thomas kind of do his thing. Thomas is going to be your main damage dealer, of course, and with outstanding ability, aka Obsidian, with Curse, he's going to destroy this fight. So you guys see Thomas. Always go full rotation with Thomas. Try to do your first attack, second attack with core. So do your first skill, core, second attack, core, and then jump into your ultimate. Now here's what I do with Thomas. Okay, I try to use Thomas until the ultimate skill. You guys see I brought in him for the blessing, so you see damage increase. Everybody got that damage increase, right? So that's the beauty of bringing Wu in, and then bring Thomas back in as quick as you can after doing your light attack. But with Thomas, the goal always is to push his ultimate to the point where it starts to blink on the buff screen, which means you can bring it back up very quickly, almost back to back if you do it right? So here I kind of messed up a little bit just because on rush, but you guys can see he's already at 59%. So bringing a Wu again, you want to bring that blessing up again. And this is why I have blessing on him. I use him also as a support a lot for SJW, and blessing set's great to have him as a support, right? So you guys going back in with Thomas. Again, in terms of Thomas, you can see his Goliath buff in the bottom. It's the one that looks like the Goliath. It's like the 4th or 5th buff. Bringing in Wu again for the blessing buff, doing his ultimate, and then just going in with that rotation nonstop, right? And it's an easy rotation to do once you have the proper setup. Here we're going to use Gun He's ult eventually, but you guys can see here it's starting to flash now, right? Thomas's ult. Now this is when you want to do it, because if you do it on the right time, it'll actually refresh on the, there it is. See how it refreshed there? And that's what they were referring to nerfing. Like the devs in the devs notes, they said they didn't want to nerf it, but that's what people were complaining about with Thomas, that you can pretty much keep his ultimate up at 100% rate if you just do this pattern, right? Just keep going until it starts to blink. When it's like a couple seconds into the blinking, if you cast it, you can recast the ultimate again, and you pretty much have unlimited Thomas ultimates nonstop, right? Again, look, I'm waiting for it, wait for it to blink. It's coming up soon. You guys starts blinking shortly, the Goliath, right? Watch the ball. There it is right there. Now, let it blink a little bit. I'd say about 3 or 4 seconds, 5 seconds in, and then cast it again. And then once again, when you go back into your rotation, you should be able to get it back up again in order to do it one more time, right? So here, watch. Like we'll do there it is again, right? cast it. We got plenty of time, 20 seconds to finish this in 6% HP. So just keep doing that, guys. The key here is to bring in Wu to stun the shield so you don't have to deal with the shield. No fire units required, and making sure that your gun he keeps up the light damage, breaks, and then your Thomas just continuously casts his ultimate and finishing it off. So there you guys go. POS 20 were completed, and that gives you guys your FORES run. That trick is key, especially with Wu. Okay, there's the FORES run. Let's go in and show you guys the Kasaka run now. Alright guys, so this is the Kasaka PoS run. You guys can see I have 1035234. Again, this is all free to play. So there's my Charlotte, there is my Gun He, and there is my Thomas. This is the same setup I have for the Shadows. Nothing changes there. And Remnant Power, of course. Okay, so let me show you guys my run here. So the important thing here is to time Charlotte's ultimates. Try to double dip into that as much as you can. You guys can see here, I instantly start with her, get her ultimate up, and then do my core attack to get out of the way. And then the first thing I try to do is go in there, do my taunt with Isla, and just instantly cast her ultimate, and then do her second skill and the QTE out of it, right? You guys can see here, right there is a dark cast, there's the ultimate, and then always cast her second skill but QTE out after. Look, she's doing it right now. Look, she's running in there in the corner doing extra dark damage, and then Gun He comes in, does his light damage up on the opponent's debuff, and then again Thomas going in here doing a lot of damage with his setup. Even though Thomas is light and this is weak against dark, Thomas still does a crap load of damage, guys. So make sure you do your best to try to keep his shield up and running. The boss does do a bleed, so just be careful. You guys can see my shield is gone there. But again, bringing Charlotte back in, double dipping into that ult, trying to cast it back to back. Don't wait there for the ult to be refreshed, because it does take a while for this fight. And you don't want to waste time just waiting for that second ult to happen. Just do it naturally. Have a timer if you need to. Every 20 seconds she can cast it, right? So same thing here. Wait for his ultimate to start cooling down. You guys can see that it was blinking, doing the ultimate, and look at that. We're already 68%. He should be going. Kasaka is getting stronger. This is where you QTE in so you don't take that damage and nobody gets stunned. Because right there, if you were to do a move or anything, you can't hurt him and he will stun you. Okay, so just QTE in, wait for that animation to end, and then go ahead and jump in. So there's another ult for Charlotte, and then again going back in, doing that damage up, finish the rotation with Thomas, and then go back into his ult. Okay, so it's important to be careful with this fight. There's a lot going on. Like the Kasaka Steel Fangs does a lot of Kasaka Venom Fang does a lot of different things, and the main thing you want to avoid realistically are the poisons. Like, they're the hardest thing to deal with. You guys can see here, I still have enough time to do Charlotte's ult coming up, and see I got hit there. That was unfortunate, so I have to recast it. And then at this point, Thomas should still have his ultimate up and running, right? So here you want to bring in Thomas. You guys can see it's blinking right there. Cast it. As soon as it blinks, cast it, right? And then from there, you should be able to re-get his ultimate back up again fairly quickly, right? I think my cast was a little bit too fast there, but that's fine. So we'll do a quick Charlotte move here. And remember, if you hold the dash button down with Charlotte, she will also avoid getting hit by going into a cloud and having a shield, right? So the goal here is to essentially just keep casting the ultimate for Thomas, keep casting the ultimate for Charlotte. Charlotte realistically is going to be the key damage dealer here with her bursts, but Thomas plays a pretty big role. Here you go, watch. Here's another ult. And then always cast the second skill, the one where she runs on Harper, right? You guys can see where she just does extra damage every time you do it. I missed it there, I think. But get your like, look, we have so much time left. 17% with 39 seconds. Ultimate's still available. Cast your rotations. Do your see right there, it's still going. I could have waited a couple more seconds there. I was just trying to do this so I can get Charlotte back in to finish it off. Okay, so get Charlotte. Oh, here we go. We're gonna cast it again. Okay, so that's the beauty of Thomas. This is why he's so important to have an A5 and up, guys. Okay, we got 26 seconds with 2% left, and this ultimate here should kill him. So that's the setup, guys. This is actually one of the harder fights, I'd say, when it comes down to POS. A lot of people struggle with this one, but if you have a good Charlotte, a good Gun He, and a good Thomas, it's pretty straightforward and easy to do. There you guys can see complete proof level 20 for free to play. The only two I have left now, because of rotation purposes, is the Golem and the Spider, which are going to be super easy when they come out. So there you guys go. Hope you enjoyed the guides. If you have any comments or questions, let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Happy Saturday. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.